showing good start, 2 par 5s early and took advantage of both.
She could move back to #1 with a win this week. Nelly, Jeeno Thitikul there now at the 6th. Work to do to make the cut. Tied for 75th, as you see.
So much conversation on her coming into this.
And we saw Jeeno run that birdie putt past up ahead on the green at 6. This for par. She'll need that and some birdies, one would think. To 7.
And Jeeno Thitikul.
This is going to be the favorite side of the tee marker today.
That would have been pretty good for yesterday's flag and the back of the green, but she's going to have to make a putt like Lottie Woad.
I was going to say maybe she had some binoculars and could watch Lottie.
Late last year, Yumin Hwang won the Lotte Championship as a sponsor's invite. This is for a 3rd straight birdie.
And her 5th on the day. She has got that putter working today.
In the 2nd group out. That moves her into the top 10.
Multiple times on the LPGA Tour over the last several years.
At the 6th, Asterisk Talley. She tied for 13th last week, Morgan. And of course, at Anwa contended.
She's an impressive young player. I kind of say that I don't think she realizes just how good she actually is. She
may have some company in terms of the low amateur. This is Yunseo from Korea. 2nd shot at the 14th, moved up today.
Yeah, not an easy shot out of the pine straw. Really got to keep your lower body steady, especially with a fairway wood. This is exceptional. What a tremendous shot from that position.
That's going to be a putt for eagle to join. Brilliant 2nd shot to the 14th for the 18-year-old Yunseo. This for eagle. How about these amateurs?
I'm still kind of picking my jaw up off the floor after.
They move to 7. We go to 15.
And here is Yang on the tee, coming off that eagle.
You want to be able to launch it high, just like we're seeing, because it needs to stop if you're going to try to take on that whole location, but never had enough distance. That's going to leave a really difficult short-sided shot, although stayed up on the upslope.
The grass around the greens is a bit more sticky.
You can make them all.
So on the upslope here at 15, Yang.
Nicely done. It was definitely fortunate to have stayed on the upslope, made that chip shot a whole lot easier, but still a little bit of work.
This is a par putt now, having missed the green short for Yang at 15.
Good save.
Yeah, so 3. Yoshida here at the 5th, her 3rd.
Just needs to carry over that little false front. Well judged.
One of 3 amateurs currently in the top 10. Asterisk Talley at the 8th.
It's been an interesting hole today, this par 5. Currently playing over par. Had 23 players to have gone through. There's only been 3.
Julio Lopez Ramirez missed for birdie at 16. Here is Yang. And just keeps pouring them in.
Her putting stroke is very simple, beautiful.
She won the Women's Amateur Asia Pacific by 8, doubling up her closest pursuers to 17.
Yang a little out of position here with the tee shot.
You're in the right place.
What a nice recovery shot. A lot of players will favor that left side off of the tee because the water comes into play on the right. Makes the angle difficult to approach, but that
Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. 17.
And so Yang for birdie, a name that you may not be too familiar with, but she could have won the Augusta National Women's Amateur. She shot 73 in the 1st round, and then 67, 68. That 68, of course, was at Augusta National, and that was the lowest round of the day.
way back. Good, in spite of that bogey, a good day today so far for Yuka.
This is Yuri Yoshida for birdie at the 8th. This to join the pack at -5. Yuka had it to 6 under par at one point today before giving a couple back. Who is trying to come back from a rough patch. 11.
Yeah, another amateur in the mix here. Asterisk Talley, long of the 11th.
It's a great shot from there.
And she's still in high school.
55 to get her card back. Farah O'Keefe shining, as is Yunseo Yang. This is her 3rd at 18.
She just has beautiful technique, especially with her short game. I've seen it on full display today. Really textbook.
She rebounded from an early bogey with an eagle.
In regulation.
Well, this is what Yuri Yoshida hopes is her last stroke of the day.
To your point, Nelly Korda missed it left, and that has been her only bogey of the week. To 1.
And Yang with her 3rd shot to this par 5.
Gotta be careful.
It's kind of the first mistake that we've seen her make.
With just a wedge in hand, you want to make sure you eliminate those kind of mistakes. We'll see how she can bounce back and recover.
33rd in the amateur.
Back to the 1st.
And Yang with her 4th to the par 5.
Another beautiful touch. Losing some to the field, though, not taking advantage of that par 5.
Asterisk Talley. She's at the 14th, playing with Ryan O'Toole. And how about this second? That's right up there with Nelly's.
How about out driving Ryan, too? Asterisk hits it a mile.
And that is the plan to make this the permanent home. Asterisk Talley for eagle at 14. How about how she is going to have to bounce back from Anwa, Morgan?
Doesn't seem to have phased her. I mean, she just has said, I'm trying not to think about it. I'm trying to think forward, just what she said last week. And had a good performance on one of her home courses at El Cab. And then here, I mean, she's just still playing with a lot of confidence. She's such a talented young.
Right up ahead at the 16th. World number 1, Jeeno Thitikul, really needs to birdie here. 3rd shot.
Good angle to that right hole location. Definitely needs to see something go in if she wants any chance here at playing the weekends.
Now the golf ball performed for Jeeno. There, let's hear her talk about it.
The consistency on that in my iron shots and driver was been really good. Accuracy is really on point of my iron shots. If you want to be on top of the tour, you need to have really accuracy irons, so it's really perfect.
The 23-year-old from Thailand has been number 1 in the world since August of last year, but Nelly Korda could pass her. Take a look. Since the start of the 2025 season, the 4 wins, including the CME Group Tour Championship. She's 7th in career earnings in 90 starts. And when you win a $4 million first prize twice, that helps.
I mean, she's definitely won some really big events, but still, that major looms large, is missing on her resume, personally as well, for her.
Here's Talley.
Perfect. That's likely where her target was. Hit exactly where she needed to give herself a good look at birdie. It's not a hole you can be aggressive with. You don't see very many players taking on this flag. Not the prudent thing to do today.
Par 5, 14, 3rd shot for Gabby Ruffels. Threading the needle.
That's a very effective play from there. Well done.
Hook 'em. Jeeno Thitikul got to get this to go. This for birdie at 16.
Just a quick putt down the hill here. 2 huge birdies there from Brooke and Jeeno. So important.
It's
Hesitancy in anything about her game.
This is the amateur Yunseo Yang, 4th shot here.
Pretty good touch there, bouncing it through that ridge.
Number 3 is a reachable par 5. Good chance.
Bunker shot.
Now Talley second.
Yeah, good position.
shots on a loop.
Asterisk Talley here at 17 for birdie.
This is the 6th and the 18-year-old Korean amateur, Yunseo Yang.
I have a feeling, watching her game, that we're going to see a lot more of her in the future. Already has exemptions to a couple of other major championships.
Could anticipate that.
And her U.S. Curtis Cup teammate, Asterisk Talley, finishing up at the 18th. And maybe on your junior Solheim Cup team, Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that would stop that is if she somehow won and took a tour card. I mean, I don't see how else she's not on the team.
Yunseo Yang at the 6th. She kind of did what Nelly did when she won the Women's Amateur Asia Pacific in New Zealand back in February. One wire to wire, one by.
Wrecking being in the spotlight of the major championship when you're not used to it.
At the 18th, Asterisk Talley for a closing birdie.
She's going to be in a good position on that leaderboard. I know it looks like she's going to be so far behind Nelly, but she could make a big weekend push.
Here's the amateur Yang for birdie at the 7th.
Just a little fooled by the read. It looked like the ball was rolling end over end.
Finished top 10 in a KLPGA event when she was 16 years of age, a couple of years ago.
It has been an exceptional showing by the amateurs in the field. Mega Gane is going to be out there later today. Kiara Romero as well. Here's Talley for par. And the disappointment at the 12th hole at Augusta National on that final round Saturday, when she had the lead, lost it. Tied for 13th last week at the LPGA event in LA. And remember, top 10 here this week get you into +1, could go to +2. Gabby Ruffels. Finishing up here, her second.
Seeing exactly what she needs to do here. Get aim. It's a frustrating place to be. You know, you haven't played the golf you've wanted to.
Talley also well positioned going into the weekend of this major. Asterisk, how would you describe your game through the first 2 days of this major championship?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Glad my game's in the right position. Just happy that I'm having a great time out here. Just grateful for this opportunity, and I'm glad I'm playing well when I get such a great opportunity to play in a major.
You become a fixture in some of these big events. We saw you recently just competing at Augusta National Golf Club. How does Memorial Park compare, and how is it as a major test with hosting a major for the very first time this week?
Yeah, I think it's different, but yet you still need to play some smart golf out there. This is definitely just longer and more open, but you still have to think of the wind, and you know, it kind of reminds me of how at Augusta you never really know where the wind's going at some points, and I think that's kind of similar to how it is here. You kind of really have to pay attention to that, and I think it's kind of crucial to hitting these tough greens.
You teed it up on the LPGA Tour just last week in LA. You had a nice finish there, a tie for 13th. What do you learn from continuing to put yourself in these positions, competing against the best in the world?
Yeah, I think it's just a blessing to get out there every week and just to watch these other players every week and just seeing them compete and just seeing my game kind of compare to them, and I think it's super cool to just kind of play with them and see that.
Well, nice playing. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.